Hello and welcome everybody to another Stacker Gaming video. Today we're in Assetto Corsa in a beautiful day in Macau, China. With some GT3 through the city streets as we pull off the grid here in the BMW M3 GT3. Getting this gameplay was actually one of the most frustrating things of my life. The AI is super awkward. You notice on the start, they all just pull off to the right, and so even though I started way back in the grid, I'm easily able to come up into like top 5 easily, and you can see I'm already top 2 behind the Corvette. So we run up this straight to see if we can catch up to the Corvette. This is the first race of 2, so after this video there will be one more. But as I was saying, it was so frustrating. There's some corners the AI would just pile up, and you'll see that some of the drivers will retire, which is kind of cool. There you go, one driver down. Probably that first corner. You see some of the back markers on the mini maps just going up that one front straight. But yeah, so the AI would sometimes hit me. I would always clip a wall in some of my other attempts at this race. I know, like, a lot of the good racing YouTubers, they're able to just start the video, race through, and complete the race, but I don't spend that much time practicing the track, and I don't really have a setup for my cars, so almost every single video I'm running a stock setup. Here I changed the camber and maybe the toe in a little bit, but it's pretty much stock. You see more drivers retiring. But what was the most frustrating part was that I'd always clip a barrier, just barely. My focus or something would just cut out after. It always seemed to be 4 laps. By the way, this is a 6 laps race. Oh, and you can see there, I clipped the barriers already, and here I'm checking for damage on the main camera, but it kind of pissed me off. But after a while, I finally was like, you know what? I wanted a race where I didn't touch the barriers at all, but I was like, this is Macau. There's no way no one's gonna clip the barrier, and barely brushing the barrier like how we did there is acceptable, and it happens all the time in real racing, so I was like, alright, I'll go with it. Still got to catch up to the Corvette, and you can see here there's so many people in the pits. Now they're gone off the new map, but there were so many people. It's basically just this race between me and the Corvette ahead, but I really wanted to set a race where I didn't clip the barriers, so you'll have to see till the end of the video to see, or I guess you already clipped it, but to see if you'll have to wait till the end of the video to see if I clip the barriers anymore. And in the next race, because I did do 2. Alright, completed 2 to see if I could actually get some good gameplay for you guys, or some good racing. It's not really a shooter, it's not really gameplay. And I clipped it again, I guess. I guess I forgot about that. But I guess this session excuse me. I guess this session I decided to stick with it and see if I can catch up. There's a lot of gear changing, I will tell you that, throughout this racetrack. I plan to have the pedal meter in the video, but it's in the bottom right, which is covered by the TV race cam, so I apologize for that. In the next race, or not the next race, but in the next track race, I will have that fixed. And I say that because in the next video it's the same exact thing, because it's the same like session per se. So if that made any sense, I'm just sort of rambling on now. I love this sector. Watching Macau on TV right here, oh my god, it's beautiful. I never realized how tight this track was. I find it harder than Monaco. My black and yellow BMW livery, matching the circuit here with the black and yellow barriers. You can see there the Corvette just disappears on screen when it goes into the pit, so the track is not, it's not released yet. Hasn't reached its release version. It's still in like beta, I guess. It was like 097. You can see here we're going to rejoin just ahead of him, or he's going to rejoin just behind us. But he never actually went through the entire pit lane. I've tried going through the pits, and the AI just skips a lot of it. But it made for an interesting race, so here we are. And in real life, going down here is sick. This first corner, you can see like WTCC cars. Oh my god, the pileups are so funny to watch. But we're able to safely navigate that corner. We'll give a little tap on the apex. You can see the Corvette in the rear view mirrors and on the TV cam behind us as we come up this sector. I actually really like this track, more than I expected I would. And I'm so glad someone made it. It feels pretty nice too. There are bumps and rumbles in the track, although I've never even been to Macau, so I wouldn't know if they're accurate, but there are textures in the track. It's not just a flat surface with barriers like some of the other mods I've downloaded and raced and tried out. But the M3 here is so balanced on this circuit. It was so fun to race. On other momentum-based tracks like Spa or something where the corners flow a lot more and the corners seem to be more linked than Macau's like hairpins and straights. It's just a lot of stop and go rather than like brake. Like mid-speed corners, like long sweeping corners and stuff, if you get my drift. But the M3 here is so balanced. On that Corvette, just grinding along that left barrier. I don't know what the AI was doing there. Sometimes on the main straight, you can see how there's like gaps in the barriers for like the track marshals and like the safety car and the med cars and the pace cars and whatever in real life. But sometimes the AI would just like drive along the side, and when like the track barrier comes out like that, they'll just like crash into it really weirdly. I don't know. Like you can kind of see it on the side of the road how like the track barriers kind of come out a little bit, and the AI would just like fly across the road after it hits that. I'm not saying the physics is weird, but just like why they would drive so close to the barrier, I don't know. Like they weren't even driving close. They were like up against the barrier. I don't know. I don't understand. Here I'm braking really conservatively. As I noticed that the Corvette was gone, so I decided to take it a little easier. You can see on the track map, they're just rounding that straight. But if you don't have this track downloaded, I highly recommend it. The link will be in the description. It's amazing. This track, you pretty much just have to know your braking points, and after that, it's just nail it every time. Keep it going, and you get into a groove. I often found when I was restarting races after some bullshit happened, because I only restart races when like the AI does something really stupid, like when they hit the barrier in the straight and then they fly across the road into my car, and I just get like my car gets damaged, stuff like that. But or if I was clipping barriers like really badly and I was like, that's just dumb and just bad racing, no one wants to watch that. But anyway, what was I saying? Crap, I completely lost my train of thought. clipped it there again. It was so bad. It's embarrassing, but the second race is a lot better, I promise you. I think I'll say how I would highly recommend this circuit, or this download. Oh yeah, once you get like into the flow of things, and get your braking points and everything down, and right here, barely clipping the wall. But once you get like your braking points down, you just get into a groove of it. You can go lap after lap, but when something bad happens, you have to restart a lot. Like the AI just, I don't know. I would like restart, then I'd be able to complete like 5 or 6 laps, even though that's not a lot to most of you. But for me, this circuit was hella hard. But once you complete a lap, lap and a half, then it's easier and the laps start flying by. But the other difficulty is the tire wear, and I realized after racing this track why I was struggling, and you'll see this in the next video. But I was struggling with the grip, but that's because of the tire wear, and that's why I was clipping the walls towards the end, always around that 4 lap mark, because that's when the tires just started degrading, and then I would hit the wall, and then I would get really pissed, and I was wondering like why is this happening? But that is the reason. It's just tire wear. And I don't know why I didn't realize that earlier, but I was also running super softs, and that's probably the least durable tire. Couldn't find the word I was thinking of. But all the buildings around the map, now that I'm focusing on that because I'm just watching instead of racing, it looks so nice. The sun, the trees, I mean, the shadows right there are a little bit harsh. In some areas it's just really bright, but you can probably change that with some of the effects, if your computer can handle it, or just change some of the settings. It's not that big of a deal. I did not find it that distracting when I was racing. It was just slightly bright at times. The only ugly part about this download is the water you can see on the left side of that TV camera. It looks terrible, but everything else looks really good. The fencing, the barriers, and the scenery. Obviously it's not as refined as some of Assetto Corsa's official maps and stuff, but right here is where I fucked it all up. Didn't get on the brakes early enough. Thought I could take it at full speed without lifting. Not that I forgot, I just didn't even consider that my tires would not be able to handle that this late in the race. And you can see the damage on the front end of my car. It's over the race. It's just got destroyed. It's just every lap collected a little bit more damage, more damage. You can see my axles in the front are yellow, meaning they're damaged if you're unfamiliar with the game. Although I assume most of my viewers are not. But at this point, I was really pissed. I really wanted that like perfect race. I had so many awesome races where I would like have these insane overtakes and like these really cool comebacks, always just to be fucked up in the 4th or 5th lap by some crash. And sort of the same thing happened here. But at this point, I just couldn't take it anymore, and this is I just had to finish the race. I was winning, and I needed to get some gameplay. Even though I have not posted this yet, I raced this or recorded this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I've been so busy that I haven't been able to do the commentary, because I know that just the gameplay gets a little boring for you guys. My friends have told me that. So I really want to get some commentary on this. I've just been busy with the end of school. I finally graduated last week, but leading up to that, I had my senior project, I had like one final, I had like all this graduation preparation stuff, and it shouldn't be that stressful or that busy, but I don't know what happened. I just got busy. I had some issues with an Automobilista video that I still haven't done, and right here I was just like, oh my god, what am I doing? But yeah, I have an Automobilista video that it's just, for some reason the video is really jittery and I can't fix it, and I'm trying to find a fix before I post that, but it's a really cool race. It was my first, I just got Automobilista, well, at the time, and it was awesome. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, even though there was some terrible racing at the end. Peace out.